Hello everybody and welcome back to Growers Farm. So today is the release day for the Claas DLC, or Platinum Edition, whatever you want to call it. I think it probably is just best to call it the Claas DLC because there is only Claas in the game. I say only Claas, it's a nice addition, but there's nothing else. There's no new map or anything. So yeah, the Claas DLC I would say is the best name for it. Anyway, yeah, so we're here on Growers Farm today. We're going to try and use as much Claas equipment as possible, and I'm going to be selling these in the future. I just don't know when. Yes, that's keeping it nice and brief. I'm going to be selling these in the future. Good, that's good to know, I'm sure. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be doing a bit more silage today, but it's going to be through whole crop. We're going to do some whole crop harvesting. We're going to use the Claas Jaguar, and we're also going to use the, well, a Claas tractor. I don't know which tractor I'm going to use yet, but there is going to be a Claas tractor used for the carting, and also one of the Claas Cargo's trailers are going to be used as well. So this means I'm going to probably replace one of the tractors. Oh, by the way, we do have £346,000. That's not cheated. I sold the field over there, those two fields, and I'm going to buy another field today. So we're just going to be basically replacing the fields, and the field which I want to buy does already have a crop in it. So that is going to be our whole crop. It's a field of oats. Oh, yes, my degrees of rotation is still set to 900 degrees because I've been recording an ETS2 video. Let me just get that changed very quickly. There we go, that's better. It's strange actually, in ETS2, 900 degrees sometimes doesn't feel enough. But in Farming Simulator about 250 degrees is enough for me. I really don't know why. I don't know why. I suppose the difference is a different machine. It's a tractor over a lorry. And, well, it's a different game altogether, isn't it? It's obviously just geared up differently. So yeah, let's go over to the store. I'm going to replace it with a Claas tractor, like I said. I'm not too sure if the Claas Cargo's trailers can actually fit to the Forager. I would quite like to have the trailer on the back of the Forager for the first run, first headland, because, well, there is no space in this field to have a tractor alongside. So I'm just going to have to find out, but I'm sure I did actually try this before and it didn't connect. I might have been connecting the wrong type of trailer. But any trailer with a PTO requirement I don't think will work. But I'm fairly sure that the Cargo's trailers have hydraulics instead of a PTO. Anyway, yes, I would like to go for the Jaguar. It's 462 horsepower. It adds a great deal of money on each time. So I think we are just going to go for the most basic. I have actually used the biggest in my previous live stream and the first video. So if you want to see the biggest, you can do. We're set up. It's actually fine as it is. It's actually cheaper. That's strange. It's cheaper to have wide tyres than it is to have standard tyres. It adds £500 on. Well, I would have gone for the wide tyres anyway, so that's okay. And the pipe is going to be standard. So there we go. Yes, I don't want to buy it. I need to lease it. £19,000, which is not an issue. I'll very easily make that money back. And we are going to go and buy this field here. You actually get two fields, 21 and 24. Good. And I haven't actually sold the Fendt yet, so we'll get that sold. Just over here. It's not had much use, so it should still be worth a fair amount of money. So, yep. Pretty good, 64,279. We then need the whole crop header. Now the whole crop header actually does have a header trailer. It just depends if I feel the need for putting it on the trailer. I think probably on these English maps it will be impossible or just very difficult to get it down the road if it isn't on a trailer. It's the direct disc just here that can mow any kind of crop, as you can see, just here. Design, oh nice. I think we might have to go for that possibly, unless that's just for if you're doing canola. I quite fancy putting it on anyway because we are cutting through a crop which isn't grass. I've just bought it. Okay, well we can sell it again later. That's not an issue. Luckily it wasn't too expensive. And finally we have the Claas Cargo, so we're going to go for the biggest one here, definitely. Lease that's only 3,000. And actually, yeah, I say finally, I still need to get the tractor. Too expensive. We'll go for one of these. Yep, that should be fine. I say should be fine. It should be. Hopefully. I think I'm going to stick it on a 205 horsepower tractor. Yeah, I'm fully aware that we already do have tractors that I can use. We have the very powerful JCB. I might have gone a bit too small here, but anyway, it should be able to do it, hopefully. We're not carting too far. So it definitely fits to the tractor, but I wasn't even doubting that. It was pretty much always going to fit to the tractor. And then we have the header just over here. Case of if it's going to fit there. You see, the Forager does have different ports on the back. I'm sure it would be able to support that trailer, especially as it is a trailer dedicated to the Forage, and it's by the same brand. It's Claas as well. So yes, I would be surprised if the Forager can't tow it. But anyway, we'll find out in a minute or two. Right. Well, I think we are all set. If only the tractor could pull the trailer. Like I say, there should be a header trailer, but it is just another expense. That's not going to go well. That is not going to go well. Smash. Okay, once I got through the lampposts, it will be sorted. I think this is actually the narrowest point which we're going to be going on, so it would have just been another expense to... how did it crash into it? Another expense to have the trailer. There's also the building site. I think it does narrow quite a bit down here, but it shouldn't be too bad. I'm hoping it won't be. Yep, not an issue. That's fine. As long as the tractor is still following me, which it is, good. Now the field is just over here, the first one off the road on the right hand side, but it is to the left hand side. We take the road to the right and then we turn left. And it's also the road which has an island, I think. It's pretty much an island in the middle. It is, yeah. Just need to make sure that trailer doesn't crash. In fact, I would be surprised if it can manage to get around there. It's very tight. Wow. Impressive stuff. So here we are. This is the oat field which we're going to do the whole crop harvest in. And I'm going to also just try and get this trailer attached, but it is going to be quite tricky in this particular area because it is quite narrow. So I'll just try and get it sorted out. Looks like it is a trailer which doesn't fit. There might be a way of doing it, I'm not too sure. But anyway, it is still possible to do the harvest. We're just going to have to put the tractor onto a follow me course. Hopefully it's going to keep up. So, get that pipe out. Get it all enfolded and everything. And let's get this crop harvested. In a second I'm going to be able to close the gate. Okay, so we're off. It took a bit of setting up, but it is now working. I might have it set a bit too far in front though. It's 10. It's just going to be a bit of fine tuning just to make sure everything's working as it should be, but that seems to be pretty good. Just gotta watch out for the trees. So this will probably be a grass field after it's been an oat field. So any oats left under the trees will be disposed of. On this way. We're pretty much focusing on the Forager itself today, although there is the tractor as well, and the trailer. But I think really, it is nice to have the option to have a tracked Forager and a wheeled Forager. Just don't know if I've got the follow me setup quite right. It might be going a little bit too far in front. But as long as the chaff is going in the trailer, which it is doing, most important thing. So this is, like I said, whole crop. So it's not really what everybody's going to be familiar with. It's not grass or anything which has been cut and rowed up. We are just cutting a cereal crop and then fermenting it. I think this is probably usually done at the almost ready stage rather than the fully ripe stage, because, well, we have nice gold notes here, and coming out of the pipe is some lovely green chaff. So it probably should have just been done a little bit earlier, but it doesn't really matter too much. In the game it just makes the same thing, fermented silage. We do 7 miles per hour with this, and like I say, that is a pretty big trailer. The cargoes, well, this cargoes is about 52,000 litres, so we are going to get a fair amount into there, probably 2 loads from the whole field, I would imagine it's going to be. Well, I almost managed to fit it all in. That's 51,000 litres. So let's just stop that worker there. We'll head over to the silage pit in the yard. We actually do have 2 silage pits in the yard. I don't really know which one to take it to. I think probably the more accessible one is going to be the one we used before, but there is the other one, the other side. So it's a tricky choice. It really does make a difference which one, except for how easy it is to get in and out of them. Anyway, I know this field wasn't probably the best one to demonstrate this in, but as it was Growers Farm today, and I didn't have any fields which were ready. In fact, not a single field on the map was planted at all, because even the ones which I did had already been harvested, so I had to just get this one planted very quickly. And it turns out that, well, because I did it the way I did it, it managed to put some of the crops under the trees. So, like I say, we are going to put grass back in that field, so it will look very neat again afterwards. It's just, this is really just for demonstration purposes of the Claas DLC. And actually, although I did initially regret getting this particular tractor just because of the horsepower, it turns out that it can pull this trailer absolutely fine, which is good, because otherwise it would have meant probably getting another tractor. So don't underestimate the Claas 660. It's very powerful, and I'm sure the Claas 660 is only about 125 horsepower. So yeah, that is very impressive to pull that fully loaded without any issues at all. It's 145 horsepower, not 125, but even so, that is still not a huge amount of horsepower for a trailer which can carry 51,000 litres. And well, I did say this before, whenever I kept calling it litres before, I get the odd person saying, why do you call it litres, just call it tonnes? And well, if you were to convert 51,000 litres just directly into tonnes, so if you said that 1,000 litres was 1 tonne, it would mean that we have 51 tonnes here plus the trailer, and that definitely isn't right. There's no way that is 51 tonnes. I would say the maximum capacity of the trailer would be only about 18 to 20 tonnes maximum, and then you've got the weight of the trailer itself, so yes, it can't be. 51,000 litres can't be 51 tonnes, must be much less. So we do have this nice area in front of this one, so I'm going to put it in here, but I can't cover it over. We are going to have to do some more silage somewhere else at some point, because it's just not going to be enough in the pit for this. It's going to look like a very small amount. That's half, we'll do another half next to it. There we go. We can head back to the field. Yes, that is pretty much the whole field in one pile. Nice. It isn't a very big field. You do have to have fairly big fields to fill a silage pit. So we'll go and finish off. Not much more to do. Just a very small amount to do, actually. And then I should probably give the sheep some more feed. And I do need to buy some more sheep. After all, this is going to be the gigantic sheep farm. So, yeah, about 80 sheep isn't really enough. Right, back into the harvester, we'll get it started up, and we really do just have a very small amount, probably about 10% of the trailer, if that. You can see actually, you can just about see through the seat headrest, just about clipping through. Anyway, minor technicality. It is a nice model, a very nice model, this Jaguar. They always have been my favourite. I always do prefer to use the Claas Foragers over any of the others. I guess I am basing it on looks, which is a naughty thing to do, but yeah, they look really good. I've never heard anything bad about them though, in real life. They always seem to be very reliable, and as far as I'm aware, the customer service is very good as well. I emptied a bit onto the ground there. Bit of a mistake. The final piece, and there we have it. That is the whole crop harvest demonstration. I missed just a few pieces here and there. Right, so I'll just turn it off there, and we'll have a final look at it. I'm hoping to use it in many future videos. It's just I wanted to use something Claas today, as it is the release day of the DLC. You can see the good detailing though, very detailed. And I guess there are no hydraulics. Don't know actually. Can't see any, which must be the reason why the trailer doesn't plug in. Unless they are there, they could be just there. Can't quite tell. Anyway, yes, that needs to be returned. This needs to be unloaded. So it was an extra 9%. But that was still 4,682 litres, which is about £2,000 worth of silage, so that's pretty good. We'll go and get it tipped. And like I said, I do need to feed the sheep, so that is a bit of a priority. I do like the DLC, but it would have been nice to have a new map as well, I've got to say. It would have been very nice. Some people say the Giants maps aren't very good, but it's just so nice to have a new map. I do like them in their own way. There's something about the Giants maps which are just fun. They might be quite simple, but they are fun. The other thing actually was for FS17 Platinum Edition, not only was there a new map and some new machinery, but there was also a new crop. We did have the sugar cane as well. So yeah, it would have been nice to have a new crop, but this game does lack a variety of crops. There are so many different things that can be put into the game. So yeah, a new crop type with the Claas would have been perfect. That would have justified not having a map. Right then, here we are, Grower's Farm. I am absolutely desperate as well to just get loads of sheep. I wish I could just afford 500. Or whatever the limit is. I don't know if there is a limit for PC. I don't think there is. I could very easily cheat it and find out. I could just type in the XML file like 7,000 and see if it gives me 7,000 sheep. It would be interesting. Just think about how much feed I'd have to give them. But there we go. That's that done for today. I won't get rid of the tractor or the trailer, but I will get rid of the forager. So let's just return that. Not the trailer, just the forager. Oh yes, no, I bought the header, didn't I? That was a mistake. I really shouldn't have bought the header. Good. Okay, so I think I do have the JCB already in the field. Let's just take a look. Yes, I do. And I've already got a forage wagon full of some grass, so we'll just unload as much as they want. All of it. So that can now head back to the farm. Should take a look and see exactly what their requirements are. Yeah, pretty good. Now, somebody keeps commenting on my video. Apparently they've commented many times, but I've only actually seen their one of their comments, the most recent comment. But apparently to get the productivity really good, the reproduction rate and everything, you should have all of the same type of sheep. So as you can see here, I've got white, brown, black and white and black. Apparently just having the one type, so just pick one of them, doesn't matter which one. Apparently that will increase the reproduction rate and productivity quite a bit, so I probably should do that. I'm not going to sell the ones which I've got, but if I was to buy some more I would just go for one type, and it would just be random. I'm not just trying to, you know, pick one colour in particular. I'm not just going to aim for one, it would just be totally random. So yeah, that is good. That can stay over here. It's going to be used again at some point in the future. So in the next episode, what I really do want to do, we can use the Claas tractor, is I want to put some trees in. Some trees over here. And I also should probably sell these, because these will have fermented by now. I think they ferment instantly, actually. Unless you're running seasons, I'm fairly sure that silage bales just convert the moment they're wrapped. So I've obviously given them a bit of time just to make it a bit more realistic, but I didn't need to. And it is time this gigantic square marshmallow thing was removed from the field. So we're going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.